In this video, I'm going to show you different product research methods that I use in order to find potential niches and or products to sell on Amazon. If you are struggling to find a product, or if you're using really old school methods just by going into a software and putting in parameters, etc., I encourage you to watch this video. It will get your mind working and implant, a seed in your mind of different ways that you can look for products. If you don't know me, my name is Sharon Evan, and I have been selling online for many years. I'm a 7-figure Amazon FBA seller, and I'm also an Amazon FBA coach. I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of different sellers on a one-on-one level, which means that I don't live in the bubble of my own products. I realize that there are many different products out there, many different niches, and many different possibilities for building brands. If you're interested in learning about different ways that you can sell online or do product research or anything to do with e-commerce, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel and make sure to watch this video till the end. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so I was scrolling through Facebook as I do, and I am in many different Facebook groups around different types of hobbies, different types of niches, different types of problems, etc. And the reason I'm in all these different Facebook groups is because I'm consistently doing product research. And then I saw this photo. Now, this is a group called Camping Tips and Hacks. There is 192,000 people in this group from all over the world, but mostly America. I also this year launched a camping brand, which I'm very heavily invested in. And that's also why I am in so many different camping groups as well. So it's a very niche type of brand. It has absolutely nothing to do with this product in any way, nor is this idea or product even on brand. So the point of me doing this is not I'm not doing this to find you a niche. I'm not doing this to find, the amount of people that watch this video a product. That's not what I'm doing this for. The reason I'm doing this is so that I can implant in your mind different ways of doing product research, and I can implant in your mind, basically to get your product research wheel working, and for you to be able to see that there are many creative ways of finding niches, categories, products, etc., problems to solve in many different ways beyond using something like a software just by putting in specific parameters. Like, that's so old school, and I honestly believe and know that what I do, works. So maybe this isn't obviously the type of niche necessarily for you watching this, but you can basically mimic or mirror what I'm doing here, but do it for different types of categories that interest you. Okay, so this is the Camping Tips and Hacks group, and I was scrolling through my phone specifically, and then I saw this. I took a screenshot yesterday to remind myself to look at this. And basically it says here, not sure who posted this trick a couple of weeks ago, but thank you. I slept in a couple hours this AM. Basically, it looks like an RV roof, and they've basically put in the little skylight or window on the roof, they've put a pillow. And I was like, that's kind of smart. That's interesting. I saw it had 251 likes, and I saw that it had 51 comments. So I started reading through the comments. You can see here, am I the only one that light doesn't bother them when sleeping? But then people have said not only does it keep light out, but it also keeps heat and cold in. Definitely helps. The pre-made ones and throw pillows can be expensive. If you need a few to save money, we bought a $20 mattress pad and cut pieces to fit 3 fans and the shower skylight. Another person put up a image of them putting a pillow there. Another person asked why, because they didn't understand why they did this. And then people explained that, because they want the darkness. And then someone's gone in and put in an image of an Amazon product, and said that this is what they're using, etc. So I read through all these, and then I also saw this one. These shades work great. I clicked on it. It took me to an Etsy store that also sells these. And then we bought these things for ours. Okay, lots of different people putting up photos of their solution for this. More pillows, basically, that people have placed in there, etc. And I was like, what an interesting idea. Now, obviously, I don't know anything about RV camping. I don't know anything about RVs. I don't know anything about these little vents at the top or these little windows at the roof. But it was interesting to me. So I wanted to go on Amazon. I went on Amazon and I typed in a keyword, which I can't remember what it was, which then led me to this keyword, RV roof vent shade. And I could see the different types of products that sell here. Some sell well, some don't sell that well, etc. I picked a few different products, obviously according to the lower BSR, to be able to see what are different keywords. Okay, you can see I went on to 𝗪𝗪𝗪. I did a 𝗪𝗪𝗪, which is a helium-10 reverse ASIN, on a few of the different products. I clicked search volume highest to lowest in order to try and find what are the main keywords for these products. Okay, I can see here it says vent covers, but that's not specific to an RV or to camping. Whereas here it says RV skylight cover. I can see that it is around 5,500 search volume per month. Now, logic already tells me that this is a seasonal product because camping products usually sell a lot better, dramatically better during the summer, the American summer. And therefore, I can also see that the search trend here is 56% up, which makes absolute sense because I'm filming this in June of 2022. And if we look at the history, we can see in 2019, June, July is when there was a peak. 2020, June, July is when there was a peak. 2021, June, July is when there was a peak, and they're now again, which is, we're at the beginning of that peak. So this is a somewhat seasonal product. It would also be a seasonal brand possibly as well if I was to bring out multiple products. But let's just say that I'm okay with that. Some people won't be, but let's just say that I'm okay with that, and I want to look into this. Now, I looked at a few different products. I looked at a few different keywords. As you can see, there's one more here. Also, this product had 16,000 reviews. Now, I found the keyword skylight shades, but it, again, is not specific to an RV. But with this specific product, I found RV vent covers for roof. And we can see the search volume there. When I open up that keyword, okay, it's like these plastic covers. They're not really very similar to the foam type of covers or cotton, whatever it may be, covers that we saw. And then RV skylight cover, RV vent covers, RV window insulation, etc. So a whole bunch of different keywords here. At this point in time, I'm sticking to the keyword RV skylight cover. Okay, so that I can see the competitors that basically exist here. Now, it's still very niche-y, as we can see. There are competitors that exist here. The reason that this stood out to me, because this is like somewhat very commodity and I don't really like copy-pasted types of products, is because nothing here had a nice design, right? What stood out to me here and the reason that it caught my eye, now I'm not saying that this is a nice design, but I'm guessing this is like somewhat, boho, not that I'm some big interior designing person. But I also noticed that other people that had put up photos also had really colorful ones, and that's what stood out to me. And I was like, that's interesting. Nothing like that exists on Amazon. They're all, pretty boring. They're either white or they're black, or they're carpet. There's nothing that has a nice design. Now, I don't know yet if the buyer avatars who buy this product care about a nice design or not. I don't know the next stage. I mean, I know what the next stage is, but I don't have the answers for that yet, because that is the next stage. But let's just have a look at how I actually got here in the first place. I saw a post in a Facebook group that I'm in. I went onto Amazon, I had a look. I then had a look at the keywords. I found what I believe to be the main keywords. And then I very quickly analyzed to see whether it makes sense to look further into the niche or not. Now, of course, I need to understand more about this niche. I need to understand more about the buyers. I need to understand about RVs. I don't know anything about RVs. Are there different sizes? Are there not? Can I make a one size type? Can I not? What's the number one selling RV? Maybe I need to make the size for that. Does anyone even care if I was to make a nice design one? Is there anything else that I can, also bundle with my nice design? Is there an easier way to make it, be able to stick, etc.? But the nice design is the main differentiation from the search page that I straight away thought of when I looked into this niche. So I wanted to show you guys this first. Now I have a lot to do. I mean, the next steps is I would want to create a market tracker and track this market. I would want to see what is the potential of revenue, what is the market cap that this type of niche has, because it is super niche-y. What are the different products that exist? Does anyone care about my differentiation? I may run a few different polls in different groups. There's a lot to do here. But again, all this came from just looking at a Facebook post and looking further into it. As I mentioned, someone put here an Etsy link. Where was it? Over here. So that link led me to here. I had a really quick look as well to see what people liked about this product on Etsy as well. And then that led me to go on to Etsy and type in RV skylight cover, because I wanted to see, well, what is being offered on Etsy. A lot of the time, things may exist on Amazon and also on Etsy, but on Etsy, you'll see like different types of designs. So I noticed this one over here. Okay. They had different types of design. So you can see this wooden design, and you can see all these different designs that they have. Basically, I saw that, I noticed it, I said, okay, it looks interesting, I will look more into it. But I kept looking through this specific keyword that I typed just to see what else came up, and then I saw another thing. Now the reason I'm showing you this is because it's interesting how sometimes you can find a product or a niche and then you just run down this rabbit hole of other things that come up. And it was this. Let's take a road trip. It's a pillowcase, basically, that you color in every time you visit a different state. Now, I know that there were the different, I think they're called scratch maps or something like that, that people that sold on Amazon made millions of dollars from these maps. I know that they really worked. So like in theory, something like this, should also work. So I went onto Amazon. Let's take a road trip pillow color states. I wanted just to see if it exists on Amazon. And it didn't exist on Amazon. And there's 3 different products. The thing is, there's not really that much money here. Not that much search volume, obviously, either. Now, this is the exact keyword. I would need to find different keywords to piggyback. But what I did see as I was scrolling through this keyword was this: a road trip travel game activity box. And I was like, that's so smart. I clicked on it. I started going through the different photos that they have here. Okay, you can see here. And then this really stood out to me. It says, never here, are we there yet? I was like, that's interesting. Kept scrolling through so I could understand the product. And then I saw that they also have here, it's basically, I'm a mom and I know how it is to travel with kids. And, my son can say, well, what are we doing next? What are we doing now, etc. So I can see here what they did was they're basically telling the child, or they're getting the child involved on what comes next. Okay, so you can see here lunch. After lunch, we're going to this place. After that, we're going to this place. After that, we're going to this place, etc. So really fun little activity game that is selling. Okay, if we look at the 𝗪𝗧𝗪 is somewhat okay. It's a $29 product. And again, it's somewhat seasonal. It sells better either in Q4 or in the summer. But also the first thing that came to my mind was different like road trip games for kids. That's a really interesting niche. So then I went into Amazon and I typed in road trip essentials kids, simply because it was one of the first keywords that came up. And I started looking through here, and it led me into a few different, road trip things. I could also write road trip, games for kids, etc. So I just want to stop for a second and rewind and understand what happened here. So I'm in different hobby-related Facebook groups because I want to hang out where buyers hang out so I can find problems. I'm in a camping group. I saw a Facebook post in that group. It stood out to me. It was interesting. It looked like a product, an idea. I could already see how I could build a brand around, different designs and different, types of windows, all sorts of things. A lot of research to do there, but I already had that vision in my mind. I then went on to Amazon and looked further into it, and then went back to Facebook and I looked at the comments. One of the comments showed an Etsy product. I went to that Etsy product, which then made me think, okay, let's see what exists on Etsy for this product. I typed in the right keyword, RV skylight cover, and then I saw this product over here. It stood out to me. I went and looked at this product on Amazon by typing in it's the most descriptive keyword that describes that product, and then that led me to find this product. So sometimes you can see a post in a Facebook group, for example, and it can lead you to this just rabbit hole of a whole bunch of different products. I'm extremely creative. I'm sure that I could come up with a few different road trip games. And if I was selling, different RV, products for RV, I could build an entire camping brand around, different things that you can do with your kids while you're in the RV, different solutions of, how to, for example, sleep better in an RV, etc. And all this came just from seeing this Facebook post. So the lesson here is hanging out where buyers hang out, or the people that do that hobby hang out, can really open your mind up and get you to discover, things that you may have otherwise not even known about or thought about. So I am in another, many different camping groups. This is one of them. It's called Camping Trips Camping Lovers Group. I went to the search and I typed in vent shade. I just wanted to see if anyone has spoken about this before. And then I saw that someone wrote 4 days ago, with gas prices going through the roof, how do you stay cool in your IV? And then he wrote boondocking. Now, I don't camp, so I don't know what boondocking is. So I had to go to Google and find out. And I basically understood what it meant. But it was interesting to see how this person is thinking about gas prices, going through the roof, and how do people stay cool in their RV? Which kind of links with the product idea, because, if gas prices are going up and up and up, which they may go down again in future, but also people are right now conscious of that and thinking about that, and how can I keep my RV as cool as possible so that I don't need to have as much air conditioning or a generator on or whatever, which takes up gas. What can I be doing? And if I can bring out products that have different solutions to that problem, but also look good, decor wise, etc., then that's interesting. So I started scrolling through this, reading, different people's, different people's comments, silver wrap in the windows. Someone mentioned they put a garbage bag on the window, but The point is, by hanging out here, I'm learning about problems that I wouldn't have been able to learn if I would have just gone into, for example, helium-10 black box or a jungle scout and just put in a keyword and that's it. You know, and I may have not even thought about a niche like this without being in these Facebook groups. So this is just an example of how you can do product research and how it can lead you down this, rabbit hole into different types of products. Obviously, this is only step one, and then there's validation and going through the keywords and the differentiation and the product development. There's so much more to do. This is just step one, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that it has allowed you to think outside the box when it comes to product research. Just so you know, I have a product research and sourcing course where I teach many different methods on how to find products, how to develop them, how to source them, A to Z product development when it comes to selling products and looking for products to sell on Amazon specifically. If you're interested in that, I'm going to put a link to my course website below and also to my one-on-one coaching. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, give it that like, and also if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video.